Good evening, viewers, and welcome to Ghostly Crimes, the channel where the news isn't just reported, it's exhumed. I'm Nicholas. Tonight, we begin a story that has quietly taken over dark web forums, Reddit, true crime threads, and late-night search bars across the country. They're calling him the Midnight Collector. No face, no name, no manifesto. Just 47 missing people and 47 cassette tapes. It started in October 2024 in Reno, Nevada. A 29-year-old bartender named Caleb Morse left his shift at 2:45 a.m. He lived 6 blocks away. Security footage shows him locking up, waving to a coworker, walking east on Virginia Street. He turns down an alley shortcut he's used 1,000 times. The camera loses him at 2:58 a.m. He never comes out. At 6:12 a.m., Reno PD received a plain manila envelope. Inside, one unmarked cassette tape and a typed note. Listen at 3:17 a.m., he's still talking. Detective Maria Delgado played the tape in the evidence room. Static. Then Caleb's voice says, "Hey man, you got a light? I think I'm lost." A second voice replies, "You're not lost, Caleb." Then Caleb laughs, his real laugh. The laugh cuts off mid-breath. Silence. Caleb's body was never found. No blood, no struggle. His phone pinged once more at 3:17 a.m., exact time of playback, then went dark in the middle of the Mojave Desert. 2 weeks later, the second tape arrived in Boise, Idaho. Victim, 34-year-old Emily Voss, disappeared from her driveway. Her car keys were still in the ignition. Front door wide open. The note read the same. Listen at 3:17 a.m. She's still talking. The tape played her voice. "Kids, remember to line up quietly." A soft chuckle, not hers. Then Emily's voice. "I think I'm supposed to stay." By December 2024, the pattern was undeniable. 47 disappearances. Every victim vanished between 3:16 and 3:18 a.m. Every disappearance left behind one item. A single chair facing a mirror in the victim's home, apartment, or workplace. Each tape contained the victim's voice, speaking happily as though nothing was wrong. Then the second voice would reply, and the victim would agree to stay. The FBI task force has named him the Midnight Collector. 47 tapes, no fingerprints, no DNA, no video. Cameras glitch for 17 seconds during every disappearance, and every tape ends the same way. 17 seconds of silence. Then a whisper. One more seat, and the table will be full. Somewhere, right now, a chair is being moved into position, facing a mirror, waiting for you. The first tape arrived at the Reno Police Department on October 15th. It was the beginning of the Midnight Collector's trail. It contained the voice of Caleb Morse, who disappeared 3 days earlier. He wasn't alone on that tape. Underneath his laughter was a chorus of voices, all his own, whispering in perfect unison, "Join us." 2 weeks later, Emily Voss vanished. Same pattern, same tape, same 3:17 a.m. timeline. Every victim left behind a single chair facing a mirror. No DNA, no fingerprints. Just silence. The FBI calls him the Midnight Collector. 47 chairs, 47 voices, and the table is almost full. One more seat is left. Check your mirrors tonight. If you see a chair, it's already 3:17. Stay safe, only on Dark Vault. The FBI task force had a name for the pattern by January 2026, the 3x17 protocol. Every abduction happened between 3:16 and 3:18 a.m. Every crime scene had one chair. Every chair faced one mirror. Every mirror reflected an empty room, except when it didn't. Detective Maria Delgado kept the tapes in a locked cabinet in her home office now. The official evidence room felt too exposed. She played them only at night, alone, lights off, volume low enough that the neighbors wouldn't hear. The 48th tape arrived on February 3rd, addressed to her personally. No postmark, no stamp, just her name in typed letters. Inside, one cassette and a note. Listen at 3:17 a.m. You're still talking. Delgado stared at the envelope for a full hour before she opened it. She waited until 3:17 a.m. She pressed play. Static. Then her own voice, clear, calm, the same tone she used when briefing rookies. "Everyone stay calm. We're going to find them, I promise." A soft chuckle, not hers. Then her voice again, slower, almost resigned. I think I'm supposed to stay here." The tape ended with the sound of a door closing, soft, final. 17 seconds of silence, then the whisper, louder, clearer than ever. Dozens of voices, all hers, all in unison. "Join us." Delgado stopped the tape. She sat in the dark. Her left forearm itched. She rolled up her sleeve. A fresh tally mark had appeared on her skin. Thin, precise, still bleeding black. She hadn't felt it. She hadn't seen anyone. But the mark was there. The 48th. She looked at the mirror across the room. A single folding chair sat in the reflection, facing her, empty, waiting. She stood up slowly. Her legs felt heavy, like they were already learning a new rhythm. She walked toward the mirror. The chair in the reflection did not move, but the reflection of her own feet. They were wearing shoes she didn't own. Children's shoes, laces tied, facing forward. She stopped. The itch in her arm became a pull. A thread, black, thin, alive, slid from the tally mark and wrapped around her wrist like a bracelet. It tightened once, then again. Then it began to stitch. Not flesh to flesh, flesh to something else. Something waiting on the other side of the glass. Delgado reached out. Her palm touched the mirror. The glass rippled. The reflection's palm met hers. They pressed together. The thread pulsed. Once, twice, then it pulled. Delgado felt herself lean forward, not falling, being pulled. The mirror opened like water. She stepped through. The room behind her went dark. The chair in the reflection was no longer empty, and the count was 48. Detective Maria Delgado stopped sleeping in her apartment after the 48th tape arrived. She moved to a cheap motel on the edge of Reno. She paid cash, used a fake name. She kept the curtains drawn and covered every mirror with towels and duct tape. The itch never left her. The tally mark was still there, thin, black, and raised like a fresh scar. She could feel it pulse. Every night at 3:17 a.m., she pressed record on her digital recorder. For nights, there was nothing until the 5th night, 17 seconds of silence. Then her own voice, soft, calm. "I think I'm supposed to stay here." Then a soft chuckle, not hers. Then the whisper, dozens of voices, all hers, all in unison. "Join us." Delgado stopped the recording, her hand trembling. She rolled up her sleeve. The tally mark had moved. It was on her wrist now, 1 inch closer to her palm. She hadn't seen it happen. Then the changes grew worse. Her reflection in the bathroom window was always half a second behind. Her shadow moved before she did. Sometimes she caught it out of the corner of her eye, standing when she was sitting, walking when she was still. She was losing time. On February 17th, the 49th tape arrived. No envelope, just the cassette sitting on her pillow. She knew what it would say. She played it anyway. Static. Her voice, "I think I'm supposed to stay here." Then the whisper, loud enough to vibrate the recorder, "Join us." Delgado turned off the tape. She pulled the towel away from the mirror. The reflection stared back, but it was not alone. Behind her reflection stood a single folding chair, empty, waiting. In the mirror, the chair rocked once, forward and back. Delgado felt the thread in her wrist tighten. It pulled, not hard, but enough to make her lean forward toward the glass. The glass rippled. Her reflection smiled, a smile that wasn't hers. A hand passed through the glass, cold fingers closing around her wrist. The thread pulsed. It began to stitch. Not flesh to flesh, but flesh to something else. Something waiting on the other side. Delgado tried to pull away, but her body wouldn't obey. The tally mark glowed faintly violet as she was pulled harder. The mirror opened like water. She stepped through. The motel room behind her went dark. The chair was no longer empty. The count was 49. Maria Delgado was gone. Welcome to the vault. Join us, if you can.